So another Andy B 2-minute video. Now, I was thinking about brewing a cup of tea. If you're not sure what a brew is, as English folks, we call that a brew cup of tea. So if you make a cup of tea, you brew it. You literally put a tea bag in some water, boiling hot, and the tea then infuses with the water, and you get yourself a cup of tea. Now, there's correct ways of doing that, depending. You can read the instructions as well. But simply put, you get boiling water, chuck a tea bag in, and give it a good squish, add some milk, you've got a cup of tea. That's the heart of a brew. Now, I was thinking about when you take the tea bag out, because there's lots of opinions on whether you have milk or how much milk. Does the milk go first? Doesn't really matter. The real thing, though, is if you like, for example, like I do, an Earl Grey cup of tea, it's quite a light, fragrance, aromatic cup of tea. And it's very nice. And if you put the tea bag in for too short a time, you don't really get full flavour. If you leave it in for too long, well, it goes from weak to a really good flavour to strong, and then it goes to this other place. If you leave it in for too long, you get this kind of scum on the top of your tea. It's not very nice. It's not just very strong. Now it's got a weird taste to it. Leaving that tea bag in for too long is a problem. And here's what I'm thinking. If you think that going to church is a good thing, and you think, well, it's so good, I'll spend even more time going to church, that becomes a bad thing. Just like my cup of tea. You leave that tea bag in for too long, it doesn't get better. It will do for a while, and then it actually starts to degrade. In the same way, we can't spend too much time in church. Yeah, we need a relationship with Jesus Christ, but church, whilst really important and valuable, that isn't going to fix it all. God wants people who are willing to serve him. It's good to sit in the presence of God. We can never do that too much. It doesn't become bad like my cup of tea or spending too much time in church serving. But God doesn't want us to serve the church. God wants us to serve him. And the church is part of that. And we need to get that in the right priority, because we can spend so much time and effort and energy exhausting ourselves by overworking in one area, over serving. Actually, it makes us less strong. It makes the church less strong, because then you've got less people doing more things. If you're doing lots of stuff in church, step back for some, because that can often be the green light for other people to think they might be able to do it. God's after a servant heart. Not slaves, but a servant heart. Just a thought.